So here comes the highly decorated figure of Emmanuel Reyes Pla, the tournament #3 seed, the Olympic bronze medalist from Paris last year, the World Boxing World Championship bronze medalist from Liverpool in September, and he's already taken a World Championship bronze in Belgrade in 2021. Here, in the quarter-final, he beat Narek Manasyan of Armenia in a contest that went to bout review, and that was despite receiving a point off in the second round for holding Reyes Pla. He got over the line. His opponent is the reigning two-time world champion, Muslim GADZHIMAGOMEDOV, Tokyo Olympic silver medalist when he and Julio Cesar La Cruz engaged in a classic heavyweight final. And this dynamic figure, cheered on by a vocal pocket of support here at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Center, has been very impressive indeed. In the quarterfinal, he beat Bagkan Nanizanyan of Israel
from Italy, Armenia,
on a unanimous
Zimbabwe,
point decision victory.
Afghanistan and Tajikistan.
He was very comfortable after Nanizanyan picked up a cut left eye in the second round, which really impaired his ability to compete. But throughout this tournament, when he's been over in Ring B, having received a bye in the round of 32 as the tournament #2 seed, he's been at his dynamic, athletic best, non-stop movement, circling the opponent in and out with the feet, and just putting his punches together with those characteristic combinations that are so typical of his boxing.
Round one.
So this the second heavyweight semi-final in the 92-kilogram division between two men who are consistently among the very best in the world. The taller figure, wearing blue, is the reigning two-time world champion. Yekaterinburg 2019 and Tashkent 2023 are where he picked up his world gold medals. Emmanuel's got a whole host of global bronze medals from the recent Olympic cycle. Is Emmanuel Reyes Pla, born in Havana, now representing Spain. And this one going to be a thinking contest between two incredibly experienced and skillful operators. This Muslim, GADZHIMAGOMEDOV, looking to dominate the center of the boxing ring. And again, he's another boxer who is always up on his toes. Reyes Pla, a wonderful mover as well. Left-right attempted by GADZHIMAGOMEDOV. Didn't quite find the range. Right hand to the body, the scoring shot, followed by a stab jab to the body from GADZHIMAGOMEDOV. Reyes Pla does score with a good right hand behind the left elbow of GADZHIMAGOMEDOV, who had success of his own during that exchange. Counter left jab, not too far away from Reyes Pla. GADZHIMAGOMEDOV looking to pick up the pace here now, scoring with a long right cross to the body, and he's backing Reyes Pla towards his own corner. He tried the check right hook, spinning off the line. Reyes Pla landing with a right cross to the body once again, but it's GADZHIMAGOMEDOV on the front foot seeking to pin. Oh, that's a nice right cross off the back foot on the counter from Reyes Pla, but the man looking to make the contest in many respects. Over the front foot, seeking to be the aggressor, is the defending champion. Right hand lead with a scoring shot to the body, fencing with the lead left hand, GADZHIMAGOMEDOV. And again, to win a round as a counter puncher is very, well, it's a high risk strategy. But when you're a masterful counter puncher, of course, that's a good left hand to the body. It may well have strayed low from Reyes Pla. But counter punchers often know the shot that they're going to throw before the opponent, because they feel that they're setting up the opponent to throw the shot that they want, so that they can explode with the counter that they've been planning for several moves. very good round of boxing, contrasting approaches to the first 3 minutes.
It's an interesting round, that, because, as you were saying, increasingly as it went on, GADZHIMAGOMEDOV was getting onto the front foot and trying to bring it to Emmanuel Reyes. And if you hang on the back foot and you're looking to box on the counter, it can be difficult to win rounds, but I feel like he could well have done enough there, because he did land some good singles rather. But one thing I have noticed during the course of this tournament that has caught my eye is that I've seen a bit of an increasing tendency, as in pro boxing, like in pro boxing, for judges to maybe favour the fighter who's coming forward a bit more than I've seen before. And looking at the scores there, GADZHIMAGOMEDOV gets it with 4 out of the 5 judges.
Seconds out.
It was tight, but I don't know. I think maybe Emmanuel Reyes deserved a little bit more there.
These two know all about one another, having met on several occasions in IBA Pro and in qualification tournaments, so there's no secrets between the two of them. Sibling rivalry would be overstating it, but that is the type of familiarity that they have with one another. So Reyes Pla, having conceded the first when his back foot counter-punching, was only rewarded by one of the 5 scoring judges seeking to get onto the front foot and push GADZHIMAGOMEDOV to the perimeter of the boxing ring. But he scores with a raking right cross just above the belt line and then flicks in a jab to the body. Reyes Pla seeking to keep him pinned near the ropes. His jab was a scoring shot from the pecs. There's the same shot once again. GADZHIMAGOMEDOV just avoiding it, but he couldn't avoid the incoming right hook. Oh, there's a good right hand to the body, but he's spoken to about it being low and possibly steering around into kidney punch territory. Nice defense with high-held gloves from Reyes Pla. Now both men battling for the space of center ring. Wonderful right hand lead followed by a left jab, and I think the punches were close enough together for it to be a reverse 1-2 combination from GADZHIMAGOMEDOV. Good right hand to the body from Reyes Pla in response to the cluster of punches that clipped him upstairs from GADZHIMAGOMEDOV. Halfway through this second round, after a first that was taken on a 4-1 split by GADZHIMAGOMEDOV. Nice left hand from Reyes Pla. And look at the alertness between the two of them. Remember, these are 92-kilogram heavyweight boxers, but not flat-footed, come-forward sluggers. That's a legitimate skill set in itself, but these two incredibly athletic. Like watching a pair of tigers, the way that they can flex and feint and avoid incoming fire, courtesy of their fast-twitch fibers. GADZHIMAGOMEDOV looking to present another look, getting on his toes, but while he was near the neutral corner, he gets picked off by a shot over the top. Concentration, positively visceral here at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Centre. Both men locked in. And again, when there is such familiarity between the two, they will know the tells, they'll know the feints, they'll know the characteristics of one another. Prince Nazim Hamed, outstanding multi-weight world champion in the professional, said that after his epic slugfest with Kevin Kelly at Madison Square Garden, when you share a contest with a man like that, it's like your soul's touch. And these two boxers have faced off so many times in the boxing ring, they must know one another inside out, down to the breathing pattern of their opponents. Oh, that's a solid right cross landed from GADZHIMAGOMEDOV twice in quick succession in response to the jab success that Reyes Pla enjoyed just before.
Reyes Pla in that round had to come and try and hold the centre of the ring more than he did in that opening round, because, as we discussed in that previous fight involving Lauren Alfonso, when you look to box on the back foot like that, if you don't get it in the opening round, then you've got to come more into the centre of the ring. And you made a really good point midway through that round about how you forget you're watching heavyweights there, because you absolutely do, because the agility of them, the reflexes of them, the work rate of them, it just seems impossible that they're the size that they are. GADZHIMAGOMEDOV, I feel like he was the one again who dictated terms more in that second round than his opponent, and we'll get some scores in just a second, I'm sure. And it's 10-9s across the board for him, so he's got that 2-point lead on 4 of the cards, so it's going to take something huge from Emmanuel Reyes Pla to turn this around in the 5th and final round.
Just saw his teammate beneath the baseball cap,
Third and
Sergio
final round.
Martinez, who went toe-to-toe with Jabril Traore over in ring B at the quarter-final stage. But Emmanuel Reyes Pla, his teammate in the red, lost the first round on a 4-1 split when he played the role principally of counter-puncher on the back foot. Pot-shotted effectively in that, guise, but by being given only one share of the card as GADZHIMAGOMEDOV pulls his defenses down to find a home for his right hand and a flicking jab to the body. But Reyes Pla more adopted this posture in the second round and was beaten unanimously. So he has got to try and get his man out of there is the most efficient way of doing it and render the judges' scores irrelevant. But of course, GADZHIMAGOMEDOV, who's enjoyed success in the early stages of his professional career, has gone 6-0 in the paid ranks and has picked up the WBA Bridgerweight title. Beautiful use to the left jab, and when he's allowed to trip out that lead left like that, overhand right does catch him though, but when he's allowed to trip out the lead left hand in that type of fashion, well, it really does do an outstanding job of controlling the distance. So Reyes Pla back into the breach. His high-held gloves and effective defense against the jabs and uppercuts that were slung in by GADZHIMAGOMEDOV. But despite being in a strong position on the scorecards, GADZHIMAGOMEDOV looking to assert his authority here, and the work rate of Emmanuel Reyes Pla has dropped. And as we go beyond the halfway stage of this round, Reyes Pla, well, there's a good right hand to the body, but the more, as he lands a right hand which just catches the advancing GADZHIMAGOMEDOV to disrupt his boxing stance, follows up with another right cross before employing the headlock. But a good passage of the round for Emmanuel Reyes Pla, because he made GADZHIMAGOMEDOV become just a little bit disorganized with that overhand right, where the impact was doubled up because GADZHIMAGOMEDOV was coming forward. There's another right hand once again, crashing into the side of GADZHIMAGOMEDOV's head, swiveling his neck to the side. He's taking the punch as well. And you get the impression that Reyes Pla is feeling the pace here now. But the prize of a place in the gold medal bout is an incredible incentive. It's GADZHIMAGOMEDOV looking to back up the man from Spain. Reyes Pla, I think he was the one who fashioned that clinch as we are into the final seconds of the round. There's a left hook from Reyes Pla. That was a scoring shot. But GADZHIMAGOMEDOV, rather than entering bout management mode, has seemingly made a real point of picking up the pace in the second half of the contest against his familiar rival to show him that he's the fresher boxer, and he's going to get the better of this one to go through to the final.
He absolutely is, and it's interesting to see him just finish the fight like that, because when you've got that kind of lead, then you don't really need to, but I think someone like him, he's a rhythm kind of fighter, isn't he? And midway through that first round, he just started to really get stuck into his work, and he just kept that tempo high from that point onwards right up until the very end, and everybody's got a day off tomorrow anyway, so I think he looks in pretty good fettle, to be honest, heading into the final.
It's interesting you talk about rhythm, because a man who espouses that same thing, activity, remaining active, Shannon the Cannon Briggs, former lineal heavyweight champ of the world, he said that his biggest enemy was inactivity.
Yeah, it always is, isn't it? It's not rocket science, is it? A lot of the time you see it. You see fighters like Anthony Joshua in recent times before he had the defeat against Daniel Dubois. He got busy again, and all of a sudden he catches some form. GADZHIMAGOMEDOV sends another Russian fighter through to a World Championship final. And as you said, these two know each other so well. It won't make it any easier to take, but you know that you're losing to someone of real quality and someone who you've got to know a little bit and who you know goes about things the right way and understands the sport and respects the sport and respects his opponent.
So Emmanuel Reyes Pla picks up his second World Championship bronze in the heavyweight division, adding to the one that he won in Belgrade 2021. He's also $75,000 better off having this split between he and his coach and his federation, 50% to him. His coaches have done an outstanding job, and this man's consistency is commendable, but he will have designs on making it through to the gold medal bouts of a global final. But that is exactly what this man has done. The reigning defending champion remaining in contention to make it a trio of world championship golds in the heavyweight division.
We'll just have a look at some highlights from that final fight before we move on to the super heavyweights. 2 fights remaining here. And both looking to throw right-hand leads there, and it's GADZHIMAGOMEDOV who just got through with his that little bit more effectively. He's interesting as well because when you're up close with him, GADZHIMAGOMEDOV, he just doesn't look that big.
He's tall though, isn't he?
He's tall, but he's quite slim and willowy. But
next
if you think about the